Good morning, everybody. It's the Rob from 106.1 Kiss FM here with my tag team partner in podcasting, the lovely, the talented, the rambling one, Mr. Jerry Valeri. Good morning, Jer.
Good morning, Rob. I see you're broadcasting from New Digs.
We do. We've got a great new facility. In fact, if you want, I can give you I can show you kind of some of the stuff we're working with here.
Yeah, let me see what's going on. I see you have a TV behind you. It's I liked your old studio.
Dude.
It looks pretty fancy now, though.
This TV is humongous. It's going to be a fake window in a little bit, a faux window, meaning there's a webcam on the roof and it's going to be like a window kind of, even though it's not really. The main TV we're going to use is over here. We've got two of these humongous TVs. We've got some nice new digs. This board is awesome. Top of the line stuff. It's hard to explain the setup over here. Ryan's looks good too. Oh, there's my engineer is going to help us here in a second. Hold on. Go ahead. It's okay.
The issue is
we've done this on my end many a time.
When you're set for offline.
Sure.
This is a problem with the Vox Pro not working this morning. As soon as you turn that on, your caller is hearing a mix of program from the board.
Gotcha.
When that's off, your caller is hearing offline.
Okay. So, okay. Well, I'll get with you about that later. We'll figure that part out. Thanks. I appreciate that.
Fix Vox Pro.
We're still tinkering out stuff here in this beautiful facility. So, yeah, we got.
Thank you, engineer.
Yes. So, yeah, that was my Pat Urban who's coming in and helping me with the broadcast today. So, yeah, right. We'll just do it until we get this worked out, which I'm hoping shouldn't be too long. We'll
is this
just
a new building? Are you in a different part of town now?
It's not far. It's only about 3 blocks from where we used to be, but yeah, we're in a different building.
Well, congratulations. It's always nice getting new stuff, but it's always nerve-wracking. Like, we get new stuff here sometimes, and it's just a race to see who's not going to be the first one to break it. Yeah, I don't know if you could tell, my engineer's been getting a whole bunch of questions, and I think he's, I hate bothering them. Right. Well, they work really hard, but that's what they're there for, and they know that. So they're appreciated, but you don't ever feel bad for asking for stuff. Yeah,
dude. Next time when we have more time, let me tell you about what it's like getting into this building every day.
Okay.
It's crazy. Tomorrow I'll tell you, or maybe our bonus episode, because we're going to have a bonus episode this week that I'm really excited about. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to bring you the SmackDown recap, provided we both have been able to see that. And then we're going to have a bonus episode. Do you care if I spill the beans on the topic this week?
Go for it, because it'll give people an opportunity to give some of their answers and some of the things that they think on the post show.
The bonus episode this week is inspired by the conversation that Backlash last weekend was the worst pay-per-view of all time. That's not the topic, but the topic is other real lowlights in the history of wrestling, other either worst of, whether it be worst gimmicks, worst promos.
I'll go ahead and just throw one out ahead of time a little early and just say gobbledygooker.
That's a great low light of wrestling.
Right. I'm gonna talk about that more in depth during the episode, because I was one of the people. My father spent money on it, and I was so excited about that GD egg.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Oh, that was the worst.
We'll be clucking all over the Thursday episode. I'm excited for, just like, because wrestling, I mean, as we've all admitted, it can be stupid. It can be like you get why people can point and laugh at wrestling fans sometimes when you sit and watch some of the things that have happened, including things like the gobbledygooker, and I've got some in my head that I don't want to share yet. So that will be your tease for Thursday's episode. I'm excited to get to that one.
Awesome. Well, let's talk about Raw first. Raw took place last night. I thought it was a solid show. It was just like they took a good show, a good board, a production board, and then they put things in the wrong place. I think they just put things in the wrong place.
I felt very little from Raw last night. I didn't think it was a bad show. I did fall asleep about a half hour before it ended. But I mean, like, I kind of woke up, like, I saw that Big Show beat Kass. I fell asleep during the women's segment. Although I did see a great thing that Botchamania shared this morning about that match. Did you see? I don't know if you follow Botchamania or not, but
I do.
They had do you see their Nia Jax and Bayley post?
She drops that elbow out of nowhere into nothing.
That's just, I mean, is that not a thing of beauty? I mean, if you don't follow Botchamania, you probably should. But if you still have Raw on your DVR, there is a great elbow Nia throws that misses by a mile and like makes no sense to that would have happened.
Right, and they both sell it hard.
So there was that. Now I named this video, Jer. I named this video Jason Jordan on Miz TV. I had a hard time thinking about what the biggest thing from Raw last night was. Nothing jumped out at me as being a shining star moment, but there were several little things that that made up for it.
Can I tell you what I would have said?
Yeah, what would you have said?
I would have said Brock Lesnar threatened to quit the WWE.
Okay, maybe.
That was my big take from it. They made that match super interesting, more so by saying if he loses, I kind of took it as a retirement match now all of a sudden, which really changes the dynamic of it.
Well, to be fair, Brock's been gone since WrestleMania anyway.
I know, but maybe that's their way of getting rid of him for without people complaining.
Here's the only reason that I thought this was doubly interesting. Really, the timing of being called out by Bones Jones this weekend, I thought made it a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Like, is he going to train for a UFC return?
They're not even in the same weight class, are they?
Jones says he's cool with it. They're not. Jones gets given up 40 pounds, I think.
Yeah, Jones would. I want to. My instinct would say Jones would get killed just based on sheer size. Brock could dominate him size-wise, but Jones is nothing to joke about, man. He made Cormier look stupid, and Cormier is amazing. So
now, okay, I was gonna say you're the UFC guy. Can you help me with one thing?
Sure.
I thought Lesnar has a 2-year suspension for getting popped by the USADA.
I don't think he's suspended. I don't know how long the suspension was. I know that he got out of Dodge before he could get affected by it. That's what I know.
I thought it was 2 years as of last July, but I might be wrong about this.
Well, the way they book these fights, I mean, he'd need to train a year to fight Jones.
And that's what I really don't want him to go to UFC. I like him the way he's being used now. I even kind of dig. You never hear me say bad things about Brock because he's not there week to week. A lot of people don't like that, but I'm cool with it. I'm one of those guys that you don't need to see your tippy top star every single night.
I can agree with that to a degree. I didn't mind him not being there. I had a problem with them just ignoring the fact that the Universal Championship existed for 2 months, because they did. They just stopped talking about it altogether, and then all of a sudden, all the top talent on Raw were just clamoring for the Intercontinental Championship, which, while it's cute, you're not fooling anybody, okay? We know your champion's gone, and we know you're trying to just drag it out a little bit here.
When Raw was in its infancy and a weekly live show was a novel concept, and they'd film
live at first.
Well, no, they'd be live, but it'd be like one live, one taped, or one live, two taped. But you wouldn't see the championship every single week. Admittedly, 2 months is a long time, but I don't need to see it night after night. Plus, like when a regular Joe has the title and he's defending it on Raw, you know with 99% certainty what the outcome of that match is going to be.
Usually, that's why last night I was very surprised. One, that Brock Lesnar didn't come out again. That Roman Reigns won that triple threat match cleanly. 3, that they gave away the triple threat, and they gave away like confrontations with Joe and Braun Strowman ahead of SummerSlam, matchups we've never seen before. And then ultimately 4, that wasn't the main event. Like, it was just weird, that whole thing for me. I liked it. I thought that was an awesome match, and I was into it. great, and I think that the Fatal 4-Way is going to be awesome. But why in the hell wasn't that not the main event? And why would they give that to us right away? I don't know.
Well, I mean, how you can't really save a match like that because it impacts SummerSlam. It's only interesting because of SummerSlam, so you can't save it for a pay-per-view at this point.
I know, but you could. I don't know. I don't know why you even have to have that match. You're going to have the Fatal 4-Way. Let that be the first time when we see those 4 guys all lock up at the same time.
I have a prediction that all 3 of those guys are going to get a big victory over the other 2 guys each week leading up to SummerSlam.
Okay.
So there's that. Raw did some things well, especially surrounding that match. It did feel kind of old school in a good way. They gave you a promo from each guy somewhere before the match. And I appreciate
that. I loved that.
Yeah, I appreciated that very much. And while the match didn't grip me the way I was tired last night, guys. I've been really exhausted with this move. Not only are we moving at home, we've been moving here at the office. It's been really late days for me these past few work days, and a lot of physical labor that I'm not used to with my back and stuff. I've just been exhausted. It was rough for me staying awake last night, but I did take that away, that I like that old school style of, making each guy seem viable and why each one, what each guy's motivation is. Like that to me is old school storytelling in a good way. I appreciated that. There were some pretty good angles that move forward too. I actually, I'm seeing a lot of negative things about the booking of Ambrose and Rollins, but I have to tell you, I'm very pleased with the way this is going.
I didn't mind it at all, and I like throwing in Sheamus and Cesaro in there too. Maybe you'll get a tag match or something out of that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they wanted to immediately get The Miz into this program with Jason Jordan. So they had to get him out of the Rollins-Ambrose thing. But there's potential out the wazoo for this to be interesting. And really, I think unless they just drop it and move them into different angles, it's going to result in something interesting. For example, the most boring thing that could happen is the straightforward approach. Ambrose and Rollins remain friends. They remain a tag team. That's still, to me, kind of interesting. You could also have Rollins turn on Ambrose, or the most interesting thing, Ambrose turn on Rollins.
I think that might be what happens, although WWE to milk it a little bit and make them a team, maybe even give them the tag straps.
And that's great. Dude, milk this stuff. That's what I miss. I miss the milking. That sounds odd, but I do.
Move it on. They moved them away from the Miz, because Ambrose and Miz, we've seen enough of that. Plus, at one point I looked at the ring and I saw the Miz and I saw Jason Jordan and Maurice and the Miz Taraj, Axel and Bo. And I thought, look at Miz making 5 people look like superstars. Look at him making 5 human beings elevate. That's what he does. He carried Jason Jordan. He makes Maurice look like $1 billion. That's perfect. He's got the Miz Taraj looking amazing, and he's always front and center. Like, I don't know why I doubted him for as long as I did. He is so good.
Well, we've brought this up before. You mentioned why I don't know what area you're talking about, but when Miz first got started, Miz wasn't the Miz today. Miz has grown into this incredibly talented wrestler. It did not happen immediately.
Right. Even when he was main eventing WrestleMania, I didn't think he needed to be in that spot.
He's grown since then, but he was still good then. But, I'm talking in his early years and even stuff with Morrison, he was not the talker and the personality that he has blossomed into, in my opinion. So there was that.
Did you like that segment?
I did, and I think that this is a good program for both of them. I think that Jordan needs something visible to get him over, and I think that the Miz is probably the guy to do it. Plus, when you throw in Angle and you throw in the Miz Taraj, I just think there's opportunity here It was my favorite part of the show, I think, which is why I gave it the name that I did. But I admit I don't know that I gave this video the right name. But that was my particular big moment from the show last night. But there was certainly more. I mean, let's see, the Enzo and Kass feud and Big Show feud all kind of, I guess, could you say, help me out with the end. Did it progress? Did it just, where did it go?
Okay, well, first things first. Did you see them coming out at all?
I saw Enzo, he did his spiel for Big Show instead of Kass.
Did you see Kass come out?
Maybe.
The reason I ask is because 2 weeks ago they give Kass, or 3 weeks ago they give Kass new music.
Yeah.
Right? And last night they debuted new music.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they clearly did not like the music they had given him. It still has the boom, 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 but then it's like there's like guitar riffs in it. And I don't like it as much as the other ones, and I wondered what you thought about it. But if you didn't hear it, then they gave him new. He and Jason Jordan debuted new music last night.
I recognize that. I mean, I heard it and I thought it was okay. I've only heard the previous one 2 or 3 times that I wouldn't have even noticed if it changed, I think.
It was actually Evan was up watching it with me because he doesn't have school, you know, so he was watching it and he said he has new music. And I had to go on YouTube and double check it, but he was absolutely right. They come out and it's a Big Show Kass match. Something huge is going to happen. That's why they put it in the main event spot. I don't know why they would put it in the main event spot. Big Show's butt. He gets him with the big boot, and all of a sudden Enzo jumps into the ring on top of Kass and starts punching him in the head. Ends the match by disqualification. So Kass actually wins by disqualification. And then
I saw the
Big Show
punch.
Yeah, Big Show and Kass are fighting, and then Big Show is pretty much knocked out. He gets up, hits him with the big punch, and that's how the show ended. I mean, that
is kind of flat.
I was surprised. I was surprised that they didn't end with that triple threat match. Brock Lesnar being in the building. They didn't. Nope.
Yeah. Let me also throw this out there as far as his music goes. I think that my understanding is that in the back, they're not pleased with how Kass is coming along. You know, he was fine in his tag team role and mid-card stuff, but now they're kind of trying to make him seem big, imposing, threatening, and scary. That I'm assuming maybe the new music is trying to, make us believe that, because my understanding is that they're not pleased with how he's coming along.
Well, then why would they push him out of the one successful thing he was doing?
Well, they already did. And they kind of thought
I know.
They would kind of he would naturally take to the monster heel role, but he hasn't.
No, he hasn't. He it's funny, for as big as he is, he doesn't look scary to me.
I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, I don't know what it is. He doesn't have that imposing look.
I think it might be the hair.
I don't know. Maybe it's because we're so used to him being the big cuddly Kass. I don't know what it is.
He's just cuddly Kass. He's Kass. He's SAWFT soft. But then you've got Braun Strowman, who right now, he's showing everybody how to be a big monster. He's writing the book on it.
I'm worried. This might sound stupid. Have you heard about his altercation with Karen Jarrett in real life?
No, I don't know anything about this.
I'm worried this could have...
Who Braun Strowman, you mean?
Yes. So after...
Go
ahead.
Go ahead.
After last week's Raw, the story goes Braun and some of the boys were out drinking at a bar. Okay? So a woman comes up to Braun Strowman and is very polite and says that, I'm sorry, my son... You're my son's favorite wrestler. Will you please sign an autograph? And apparently Braun was a huge a-hole and didn't sign the autograph. The woman went on to be Karen Jarrett, who is Kurt Angle's ex-wife. And Braun did not realize at the time he was talking to Karen Jarrett. I believe last week's Raw was in Nashville. I might be wrong about that part. No,
so was she talking about? So was she talking about Kurt Angle's son?
Yes. So she said, just so you know, I'm going to tell my son's father how much of an a-hole you're being. And Braun said, who's your son's father? And she said, Kurt Angle. And at that point, Braun about-faced. He signed autographs and even got down on his hands and knees and begged Karen not to tell Kurt about the way he was acting.
It obviously came out anyways.
Well, yeah, exactly. I don't know. But I think dude, I got to tell you, that bothers me immensely. It bothers me immensely that, like, because I see it with other wrestlers sometimes, or I see it in our business of radio, and it's like, why is your default setting to be an a-hole?
I don't understand that either. And back in the day, they used to do that, right, to stay kayfabe or whatever. But now,
yeah, it wasn't a kayfabe thing though. It was just he's just probably a D in real life.
Being a jerk. So as we're talking, I'm searching because I want to put a face with it. I'm searching Karen Jarrett.
All right.
Man, she looks good.
Oh yeah, I mean, I haven't seen her lately, but when Angle was married to her, and she was a TNA personality. There's some nudity, right? There's some nude shots I'm seeing. Really? I'm surprised about that. I know she was if I'm not mistaken, a former stripper.
Yeah, they might be fake, but well, the boobs too.
But yeah, she's hot. That's the way I remember it. It's been probably 10 years since I've seen a new picture of her. What's going on there? You all right, bud?
I'll stop looking at porn here for a minute and we'll talk wrestling.
What do you think? Jarrett. What do you think you found?
Pictures of her boobs out.
But like, is it from a TV show? Is it like a
photo shoot? It looks like a photo shoot, but it could be photoshopped.
I don't think I think I would have known if Karen did something nude. I don't know though.
Now, Jarrett, is she married to Jeff Jarrett?
Yeah, it was a big real life thing that actually played out on air. But yeah, when Angle went to TNA, it was Kurt and Karen. They were married, they had kids, obviously, and they were a thing. And Jeff, in real life and on screen, kind of stole Kurt's wife. Man. Yeah.
Why didn't I ever watch TNA? It's so funny. Like I love AJ Styles. I love Samoa Joe right now. Great. Someone sent me clips of Sting, like the Joker type Sting, and I loved it. And I'm like, why didn't I watch TNA before? I don't know why I never gave it a chance.
You tried to give it a chance, and then you screwed me. Remember we both agreed to order a pay-per-view?
The TV company messed that up, not me. That changed everything.
Whatever, I'm sure.
It's great. So I don't know. I liked Raw last night. A couple notes that I made.
Sure.
I noticed that 205 Live guys are no longer getting the purple ropes.
Notice that as well. I think that's a good thing.
Agreed. They're slowly moving away from the purple and the big separation. Maybe they see it's not worth the time and effort that they put into it. Who knows?
And actually, that match I thought was really strong. I remember I was watching that and I was thinking, this is really solid. I think they've got a really good leader with Neville. It's a shame Austin Aries left. I thought Aries was on the right track. But they've got their roster is really good, and Neville especially is doing a great job with the division.
And Titus isn't hurting things.
No.
Characters, you know, it needs to be more than just flipping around and doing great wrestling.
I'm surprised we've gone this long. Without mentioning. I really like this. I'm getting a low battery warning on my machine, so if I fade out, we'll do a hard out. Sorry.
Okay.
I love the way they handled the Demon last night, and Bray kind of bringing the Demon out of Finn.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that was good. And he's just standing there like this, and I thought Bray cut a good promo, and that whole thing was perfect. There was a lot of mid-card stuff that I loved. That I liked Elias Sampson beating on Kalisto. I thought it was a solid show. I'd give it a good B.
I don't know if I give it a B, and maybe more of a C for me. But what I liked about it was I was preparing myself to get mad because I thought Finn was going to come out as the Demon. We all love that, but I don't like to see it overused. And I know that it's been over a year.
Don't give it to us yet. We shouldn't see it till SummerSlam. Agree?
Exactly. So they just gave us the heartbeat from the song a few times, and then Finn come out and like he has his back to the camera, so you don't know if he's painted like the Demon or not. And then he turns around and he's not. And he got into Bray's head, and that was what's important. That to me made a big step forward. Bray and Balor last night. And then I also wanted to mention that I think that the tag division's being booked very well on Raw. All these teams have personality. Hardy's, Sheamus and Cesaro, the Revival. There's some I'm sure I'm missing, but all
Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah, like they've all got their thing going on, and I'm happy with Raw's tag division right now.
I am too, although when Gallows and Anderson and the Revival are screwing around with the Hardys, I can't tell who's who. Like when there's just a big blur of bodies, like those four dudes kind of blend together, except for Gallows. I mean, everyone can see him coming. Yeah,
I know what you mean. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was just maybe the show felt long to me, or maybe I was just tired last night. But yeah, that's I'd give it an average rating. I wish there were more like water cooler moments. It was a lot of little things that worked for me as opposed to some big things.
Well, buckle up if you thought that was too long, because SummerSlam is going to be double that.
What do you mean? I thought SummerSlam's 4 hours.
With a 2-hour kickoff show.
Oh, dear God. I'll watch 15 minutes. That's all you're getting.
They're going to put matches on it. I mean, you look at all the matches they're building on Raw and SmackDown. They got to put them all somewhere. Kickoff show, 4-hour SummerSlam, probably a 10-minute overrun, 6 hours and 10 minutes.
Wasn't WrestleMania that long?
WrestleMania was that long, and then wasn't it a 6-hour WrestleMania with a 9-hour kickoff show? What was it? Mania was over 7 hours.
I don't remember. At least that's Mania.
That's like it's an effing school day. 7 hours.
Work day. All right, man. Anything else you wanted to mention?
Nope. No purple ropes and 6 hours of SummerSlam. That's all I really wanted to hit with you today. Okay, well, we got those things up. Let me just give our what my plan is for the rest of the week. My plan is tomorrow, post-to-post, recapping SmackDown. And then Thursday, the worst of wrestling will be here. We're going to talk about our topic, the all-time lows of WWE and wrestling history. So for myself, the Robin Knight. All-time lows. Sorry to interrupt, but if we're going to do all-time lows, can we also do WCW? Because there are quite a few over there.
Absolutely.
Don't handcuff me here. Like, there are a lot of lows that I'm looking to over there.
We're looking at you, Russo.
Looking right at you, bro.
All right, listen, hopefully I'll get the stuff up and running again tomorrow. For myself, the Rob, my tag team partner in podcasting, Ramblin' Jerry Valeri. So long.